When most people think about Addiesdive, they probably think of affordable watches, maybe something just a little bit rough around the edges. But this watch today is completely different. Hey, there you are. Welcome to My Dude Watch. My name is Jason, and today we are talking about the Addiesdive AD2547. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. This is going to be fun. You know the deal. Grab a snack, pull up a chair, and let's talk watches. And before we walk through this watch, I want to thank Addiesdive for sponsoring today's video. They sent over this guy, the Addiesdive AD2547. They asked for a complete and thorough review, and that's exactly what we're going to give them. And we are ready to roll, and we'll start where we always do, with the tail of the tape. Now, dimensionally, I think Addiesdive made some really smart decisions here. You're looking at a 39 millimeter case diameter, 48 millimeters lug to lug, 20 millimeters lug width, and about 13.5 millimeters thick, including the crystal and case back. This is a very wearable watch for most people. These are enthusiast-friendly dimensions. It doesn't come across oversized, it doesn't feel slab-sided on wrist, and that 48 millimeter lug to lug keeps everything balanced really nice. Power in this piece is a Japanese Miyota 8215 automatic movement. You get 41 hours of power reserve, you get hacking seconds, hand winding, and a quick set date. Now look, this is not some super high-end luxury caliber, but honestly at this price, I think Addiesdive made the right choice. The 8215 is proven, reliable, serviceable, and it helps keep the watch affordable while still delivering a true automatic mechanical experience. You're also getting sapphire crystal with blue anti-reflective coating, a screw-down crown and caseback, torch quality BGW9 Loom, and 100 meters of water resistance. And once you start stacking all of these specs together at around 125 bucks, this thing starts becoming very interesting. But let's be honest, the star of this watch is absolutely the dial, and this mystic purple version, man, this is a configuration it got right. Because depending on the lighting, this dial completely changes personality. Sometimes it looks deep purple, sometimes it almost looks black, sometimes it throws off this blue-violet ocean tone that feels far more expensive than I expected, and this is where the watch surprised me. Because this doesn't really feel like a typical cheap, fun AliExpress watch formula. The polished surfaces, the cleaner design language, the more restrained styling, it feels more upscale than what I was prepared for. So to me, this is a piece if you covered the logo and handed it to somebody unfamiliar with the brand, I think they would guess it's far more expensive than it actually is. Now, under these studio lights, this thing absolutely comes alive. The gradient effect gives the watch depth and movement, and it helps create a much more premium visual experience than you normally expect in this price category. Now, the case finish in here is mostly polished with some brushed surfaces mixed in, and visually it works really well with the overall direction of the watch. But just remember, you will get fingerprints pretty steady on the sides. Now, one of the things I like about this watch, it's not trying to be some hardcore overbuilt tool watch. This watch is clearly aiming for a more sporty, everyday wear vibe. And I like it because I think Addiesdive showed some restraint here, and that helped this watch a lot. Now, let's look at the bracelet. This 5-bead bracelet also plays a huge role in the personality of the watch. The bracelet is doing a lot of heavy lifting here when it comes to that luxury feel for this piece. Because the second you move away from the traditional oyster-style bracelet and go into a more articulated 5-link design, the entire character of the watch changes. I like how it catches light differently. It feels dressier. It adds movement and sparkle on wrist that works extremely well with a polished case and gradient dial. And on wrist, comfort-wise, this thing wears really well. The watch comes in around 143 grams, which I actually think is a sweet spot for this watch. It feels substantial without becoming a brick on your wrist. You know it's there, it feels solid, but it doesn't feel heavy in an annoying way. Now, one thing I do want to mention, the 13.5 millimeter thickness. On paper, that number sounds a little chunky for a watch leaning towards a sporty luxury territory feel, but visually, the compact diameter and curved proportions really help disguise some of the thickness better than I expected. Is it ultra thin? No, but on wrist it wears better than the raw specs would suggest. And now let's do a really quick Loom check. The Loom here is BGW9 Super Luminova, and it gives off really nice blue glow in the darker environments. We all know Addiesdive reputation regarding Loom, and this guy here does not disappoint. It starts out strong and remains that way. No surprises here at all. We have reached that part of the video where we put it all together and try to make sense of it all. We like to call this segment Gripes and Likes. Now, as far as the gripes go, while the bracelet looks great visually, I do think the clasp could feel a little more premium. Also, remember those fingerprints. Neither is a deal breaker, but you do need to be aware. And now the likes. The dial is the star of the show. The texture, the gradient, it just looks amazing. It has a really comfortable fit, wears well, and it's balanced. And number 3, it looks premium in a lot of ways. This is a lot of watch for the money. You know, this watch surprised me a lot. Addiesdive didn't try to build an over-spec'd, oversized dive watch. What they did is built something premium, feels luxurious, looks great, and the price is right. Well, there you go, the Addiesdive AD2547. If you want to know more, we put links in the description. Go there, check it out, see if it's right for you. Just remember, if you decide to make a purchase, My Dude Watch may get a small commission, but you don't pay more. Hey, you made it to the end of another video. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed what you saw today, please take the time to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It'll only take you a second, but it really does help. All right, we checked the time and it is time to wrap it up. So we will close the show. My name is Jason with My Dude Watch. We'll do it all again next time, but wait, don't forget, dudes can't be late.